Sawadika Tukon. Let's talk about how much money I spend living in Bangkok. 4 years ago, I booked a flight to Thailand, and originally I had a flight from Thailand to Bali. I was supposed to spend 3 months here, but I fell in love with the culture, I fell in love with the people, I fell in love with the city, and I also fell in love with the girl. They always say that home is the place that you were born, but I don't think that's true. I think home is a collection of the people you love, the people you miss, and the places you cherish. And for me, that's Bangkok. And speaking of homes, that is gonna be the first thing that I wanna talk about, which is how much money I spend on rent. This is the studio that I live in, and I pay 19,000 baht per month. The thing with rent is it's gonna be so subjective based on your budget, but a good rule of thumb is if you're living alone, 10 to 30,000 Thai baht will be more than enough to get you into a modern spot. It's gonna be a studio, it's gonna be a 1-bedroom, and the more expensive that your rent is, generally the better your amenities are gonna be. So better co-working spaces, better saunas, better gyms, stuff like that. And the more expensive that your rent is, the more central in Bangkok that you're gonna be, the closer to train lines you're gonna be, the closer to taxis, the closer to Grabs, the closer to good restaurants, all of the stuff like that. But if you prefer having more space instead of having amenities, then what you can actually do is talk to your realtor about finding a spot in an older building. Generally, older buildings, you're gonna have more living space, but the amenities are not gonna be as good. I feel like that's enough yapping though, so let's go to the gym. Sawadika. Your ex on Bumble? That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, would you swipe left or right? Which way did you swipe, left or right? There you go. We just pulled up to Muscle Factory, and yeah, this is pretty much the biggest gym in Bangkok, and I would say it's pretty much like the Alpha Elite of Thailand. It's where all the influencers go, where all the content creators go, and yeah, if you guys are ever in Bangkok, I would highly recommend coming to check this gym out. It's 2,000 baht for the month and 500 baht if you just want to do a drop-in. I did 3 rounds of sparring yesterday. First round felt like Mike Tyson in his prime, Lomachenko. Second round felt like a fucking bro. So yeah, we're gonna work on our cardio. It was my first time sparring in like 6 months, and then yeah, it was not good. So we're gonna get our cardio up. If y'all are living abroad, you're probably gonna need some travel insurance. And I'm gonna link the one that I use, but I use Safety Wing, and it costs $59 US a month. So I don't know what that is in Thai baht, but y'all can do the conversion. And yeah, if y'all are living abroad, you definitely wanna make sure you have travel insurance, because it's one of those things that's better to have and not need than to need and not have. So yeah, I'm gonna link the one that I use in the description. It's not a sponsorship, it's not an ad, but yeah, if you guys want travel insurance, then link Safety Wing.
Headed to the city, swear all on me. Only got money on my mind. Parents don't like it, always stay funny. Girl with you.
So where are we going now?
We are going to Dog Cafe in England.
And we're in a tuk-tuk right now.
Yes, where we are now on Wood area.
Wow, gang max, So one of the best things about living in Bangkok is the cost of transportation. Like Grabs and Ubers here are a fraction of the cost, probably 20% of what they would cost back in Canada. But in general, I pay about close to 10,000 baht per month, but that's just exclusively riding on Grab, which is the equivalent of Uber in Bangkok. So me and her are about 4 kilometers from the city center, which isn't that far, but a lot of times with traffic, that can be like 25-30 minutes, but that's like peak rush hour. Generally, it takes 15 to 20 minutes to get into the city. But honestly, if you wanted to save a lot of money on transportation, then you could just ride the BTS and take the bike. But I take the taxi pretty much every single day, so that's why it generally is a little bit more expensive. But most people in Thailand, they don't ride Grab very much in terms of the cars, so they usually just ride the bikes or the taxis. Shai 300 bucks per month on transportation is like, you're not really worried about it. But if you wanted to spend like 100 bucks on transportation, you could definitely get away with it.
JP.
So if you're watching my videos, I expect you to exclusively date baddies, but you're gonna need a phone for that. You're gonna need data. And I pay 1,500 baht a month for my data plan, which sounds like a lot, but I get really fast data. It's like the fastest option that you could possibly get. But if you're on a little bit of a budget, you ain't got it like that, then you could probably get away with 300 to 500 baht for unlimited data. It's just gonna be a little bit slower. Tilak, how much do you normally pay for electric and water every month?
1,300 to 1,500.
So normally every month I pay 1,000 for electric and water. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's a little bit less. But I generally try to run my AC not that much, just because if I run it too much, I go outside and I sweat a lot. And I also live on the 23rd floor, so it's a lot cooler up there. But when I first got to Thailand, I would blast the AC at 18 degrees, and I think the most my electric bill ever was like 7,000 baht, which is a lot. Anywhere from like 1,000 to 5,000 baht for your electric and your water is pretty safe, Shamai?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
I love my home. Joking, don't add it.
No, I'm gonna add it. Editor, add it. Oh, Paula. Okay. I don't pay you, so you know you can put the camera down anytime you want.
That I would allow to get at us now. Like, what is too? That's so funny for you.
พี่ครับสบายดีไหมครับสบายดีครับ And you're pretty much my full-time videographer, so could you tell them what your salary for being my videographer is every month?
Really?
Yeah. Tell them.
0?
So yeah, if you can't afford a videographer, just get a Thai baddie, you know?
A wife.
Can you tell the vlog what happened?
วันนี้เรามาที่ดุสิตธานีพาร์คทุกคนแต่ว่าตรงสวนเขาไม่ได้เปิดให้เข้าชมนะคะวันนี้ ที่รักคะ No Thai ค่ะ
No, can. It's cute.
How much money do you spend on the food in a month?
เท่าไหร่ครับ
ใช่เท่าไหร่คะ
Hello, I
Aman.
I spend 500 baht on food every day when I'm alone, and then probably about 1,000 baht when I'm with you. 1,000 is more than enough, though, I think. And if you're living alone, you could probably get away with like 200 baht. But I just need hella protein. Like, I need so much protein, and protein's somewhat expensive. But I think if you're like the normal person and you don't need a lot of protein, 200 baht a day on food is enough. How much do you spend on food every day?
I think around the same.
If you want to just eat street food, you could get away with like 100, 200 baht a day, especially if you're not that big. Again, I just need hella protein because I'm trying to get big as fuck, boy. My expense for food is 15,000 baht per month. But that's just basic food. That doesn't include like restaurants and stuff. But if you're going out to eat at like Western restaurants or just restaurants in general, then you could easily spend 1,000, 2,000 baht a day on food. But that's just eating out at reasonably nice restaurants and not eating any street food at all. Alright, I don't know why the fuck I'm filming. Peace. I can't believe the park is closed.
Yeah.
So sad. So I feel so awkward when you're filming me. Normally when I just have the tripod, I can film. But turn the camera around. Show them you.
Like this?
Yeah. Because I just want to show them I'm not used to having a videographer film me while I'm vlogging. We're home from the mall and we know the essentials. We know how much rent is. We know how much food is. We know how much electricity is. But what about the bitches? How much does it cost for dating? So I think if you're a single guy and you know you want to have your fun, you want to date some baddies like this one, then like I would say $100 a week is more than enough to enjoy your dating life. Realistically, you could probably get away with like 20 bucks, you know, just take the to coffee. You know what I'm saying? Take her to ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Take her for a walk in the park if you don't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to take her to steaks. Just take her to the park. You know what I'm saying? Take her for some street food.
Really?
Yeah. And if she's not willing to eat street food with you, she ain't the one. So I would say $400, $100 a week for dating is more than enough. And you also need an emergency fund. What's an emergency fund, videographer? An emergency fund is a fund for anything that may not come up. Like, you fuck a and you need to get her plan B. That's gonna be in your emergency fund. You know, that's an emergency. $500 to $1,000 you should be saving every single month. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just what I recommend. And our last expense, we have our miscellaneous expenses. This is things like tipping, random expenses, toilet paper. You go to the go-go bar. You wanna take a girl on a date. You wanna take her to a nice restaurant. This is where your miscellaneous expenses are gonna come in. You're probably wondering, why did I just spawn in a hoodie? And why did my videographer spawn in the shirt that I'm wearing? And the answer for that is very simple. It's because, hold it, my microphone died, all right? But anyways, miscellaneous expenses. Can you focus? Can you lock the fuck in? Is this a fucking joke to you? Do you see a controller? You don't see no controllers because I ain't playing no fucking games. All right?
Yeah.
We locked in, we gotta get this phone. So your miscellaneous expenses. You wanna go to a massage shop. You wanna do this, you wanna do that. You need a miscellaneous fund, and I would say $250 per week is more than enough. You'll be doing anything you want. You might not be fucking eating caviar, but you'll pretty much be doing whatever you want. So $1,000 a month on miscellaneous expenses. Again, these are completely optional things. You don't need to do this. You can take your girl to McDonald's if you want, but you know, that's just optional if you wanna live an abundant life. And I don't think you should come to Thailand just to try to save as much money as possible. I think you should enjoy life, take advantage of the dollar arbitrage. I think I said that right. And just enjoy your life. But hopefully my microphone is not dead. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. We appreciate you guys watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace the fuck out. Love.